Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, ladies and gents, and everything in between. How we doing?
I am doing well. I just made my dinner of breakfast. I did like hash browns and eggs and
Oh,
chili onion crunch from Trader Joe's. Have you had that?
I haven't had the crunch, but I've heard of it.
I just like put it on top of the eggs just for a little flavor, and then I
Yum.
dip in ketchup. I am a ketchup and eggs girl.
I it depends on the mood for me.
Okay, I can accept it.
Do you know what would improve my mood though? If you followed our Instagram.
Oh, she too smooth with it.
And and follow our YouTube. I don't make the
Please
rules.
subscribe, like for real. That would really help us.
If you want to see our antics and all the facial expressions and everything in between, follow our YouTube.
It makes a difference, seriously. Actually, one of my like internet friends who I've never met before, but we both used to be in TV and now we both do social media management and left TV.
Cute.
She commented, I don't know if you saw it on our, I don't know if it was our TikTok or Instagram, but she was like, hear me out. Like, put full episodes on TikTok. And I
I
was like,
did see that.
okay, that's my friend Jenna.
Cute.
It's like, maybe she has a point. Like, I don't know how that works. How can you upload a full hour? But I've seen it because I get the full Barbie movies on my For You page. Have you?
Same. I have. Because I think you could. I think you can upload up to like 5 hours now or something.
Oh, I missed that.
I think
Okay.
so. I think I got some sort of update, but I can't remember how many hours it is. But I know it's multiple hours that you can upload something.
Ooh, okay, maybe we'll like try it
Maybe
out
we'll
and see.
maybe we'll dabble.
Dabble do. I've been trying to do for our like little promos on our Instagram. I say trying to do. I literally have only done it once for the last one. But I just kind of like put some little teasers together of so you guys can get a better feel for what we talk about, because I think it will just, if I saw a video of them actually speaking about something, I typically am more inclined to like go look into it because
Same.
I already get that little taste.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
A little
So.
sprinkle, a little tidbit.
Yeah, so I've been doing that. Oh my gosh.
I feel you.
Um, Wait, what were you talking about?
Chili crunch.
Oh yeah, I had
Yes.
breakfast for
Yes.
dinner, which is divine. And I got these hash browns from Publix. They're like the mix something brand, like OG. They're always in the grocery store. They taste just like McDonald's,
Ooh.
and they're kind of shaped the same way, like the long oval. And
Oh, wow.
they're pop those babies in the air fryer.
I was about to say air fryer for a little bit. Ooh, that crunch.
Yes, so good.
I love that.
What'd you have for dinner?
I bought this jar of soup from Trader Joe's. It was like the harvest soup.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. I was a little nervous, a little apprehensive because of the fact that there's pumpkin in it. And I was like, normally when I eat like anything pumpkin, it's like pumpkin bread or pumpkin blah, 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 whatever. But there was like chunks of pumpkin in it.
Ooh,
And
yummy.
it was very good. Like I didn't have to do anything to it. I didn't have to add anything to it. And I made myself a little grilled cheese.
I was about to say, did you at least dip? You always have to dip.
You have to dip, of course. So I made myself a little grilled cheese and I had my little we dip, I dip, you dip. And it was very good. It was very, very good. And then I had half of a cookie.
Oh, I simply cannot imagine having a soup with no dip.
Right? I
Like,
like just raw dog in it.
I
couldn't
need
do
a
it.
bread, a cracker, a crostini.
Yes.
What else is acceptable? Like, I've dipped an English muffin
crouton.
before. Like, literally. I will dip whatever. I've dipped a tortilla, just like toasted a tortilla with any soup because I cannot eat it alone.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. That's all I have to say.
Straight up.
Honestly, no judgment. I'm not mad at that.
I need a carb. Like, I can't
Exactly.
help it. Ooh, you know what I did tonight or this afternoon?
What'd you do?
I went and got the spring roll that they owed me at that place.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm proud
I
of
just
you.
happened, I like stumbled upon it. I had to go to Party City and I was like, oh, it's in the same shopping center. And so I just called and the guy at first he was like, I don't see it on your account. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, but wait, we will give it to you. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I sounded
you.
like a little, maybe I sounded
Right.
a little
Like,
too much.
Seriously?
It just came out. I
Like,
was, are you serious? Because the
one
woman
less spring roll
promised
away.
me, literally, she promised me. She
Right.
promised me she put it on there.
I hate that.
But yeah, no, I got it. So
Good.
update.
We love that.
Yeah.
I went to the fair last night.
Ooh, what'd you eat?
Dude, It was anticlimactic.
Uh,
Yeah, they jacked the prices up this year.
even more than they were.
Even more. I'm convinced. Even more than it was before.
What is
So
happening?
every year, I like to get the sirloin tips with the mashed
Ooh.
potatoes. So it comes in, it used to come in, you know, those like little like paper, they call them like boats, those little like
Yeah.
boats. So it used to come in like a boat about yay big, like loaded with everything, right? They upgraded the tent. So the tent is very upgraded, and I'm like, hey, love that for them. Like they actually have, it's not just a tent with a couple tables with some girls on top. Like it's like a legit tent. So I'm like, I love that for them. But two, they first of all they changed the portion size. So it's smaller, which is insane for the amount of money that I paid. So you know when you ask for a to-go box when you only have like a little thing left, but you want to take it home and snack on it later, they bring you like that tiny to-go box. Two of those to-go boxes were $40.
Are you serious?
40
So 20 a piece
for mashed potatoes and steak tips.
for that small?
For yay big, $40. But not including beverages.
Oh my gosh.
No beverages. So I said,
Highway
okay, great.
robbery.
So I said, okay, great. So then we started walking around, and then eventually, I went with my boyfriend, and he was like, I want a funnel cake. I said, same. Like I was like,
Yes.
let's split a funnel cake. We didn't
Yeah.
want anything special. We didn't want any toppings. We were like, we just want a plain funnel cake. We got one of those. I got a bottle of water, and he got a small lemonade. And when I say small, I mean like a baby, like Shoney sippy cup,
Like
small.
12 ounces.
Yes, $20.
Okay. That sounds about right because surely the water bottle was like $4.
Something like that. But
And,
I'm
yeah,
like,
unfortunately, that
but I'm
sounds...
like, this is insane. And then a tradition of mine is I get a caramel apple rolled in peanuts every time I leave. I have to get it. I look forward to it. I don't have it any other time, any other year. I look forward to it once a year. So I went and I got my caramel apple, and I didn't have any cash on me, just card. And I went up and I said, I'll just take one caramel apple rolled in peanuts. She said, okay. Handed her my card. She goes, oh no, it needs to be at least $10 minimum purchase for a credit card.
Oh, you'd have cash.
And I was like, this is $6 though. I paid $6 for a freaking caramel apple. So I had to buy another one.
Oh.
Well, I looked at Alex and I was like, because
Gun in my head.
I don't want more than right. I mean, darn it, like I don't want more than one though. I have my one and then I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
So like, the second one just seems excessive. So I was like, Alex, like pick whatever you want. So $12 for 2 apples. And I was like, and then last year he won me a bear, and he was like, this year I want to win you another one. Like keep the tradition alive. So we're walking around looking, and they upped the prices of the games, of the carnival games. But instead of, it used to be, because how he won last year, it was the same tent, and he had the darts with the balloons.
Uh-huh.
And that's how he won my bear last year, is he had like X amount of turns, and he got them all in a row. So he got the bear. But now it's like, if you want anything bigger than a little plush that you get at the dollar store, it says 24 wins, 18 wins, 16 wins.
24?
Like 36 wins. Yeah.
That's a lot of
I'm
darts.
sitting there and I'm like, Alex and I are looking at each other. We're like, are you kidding me right now?
That's insane.
So we walked around and we were like, what the heck is going on? But really the whole reason why we wanted to go last night is because Hinder was coming. The band, honey, why you calling me? Yeah, so we were
Icon.
like, literally, so we were like, okay, Lips of an Angel, All American Nightmare, like, we're totally in there. Love it. I love a good, like, early 2000s pop, punky, rock kind of band. Like, that's my, like, divorced dadcore. Like, that's my go-to. So, like, we were like, okay, it starts at 7:30, so we had gotten there because I had to work, so we had gotten there a little bit later, so we're like rushing to eat. We're like, we took a lap, we went to go watch the pigs race, and we were like, okay, we're gonna go sit down for the concert. So they actually had seats this year, which was really cool. Like, this is the first year they've done that. So we sat down, And we were like looking around and there was barely anybody around. So we were like, this is kind of weird. Like they were, I mean, they're not like a, sell out mega stadiums, but they're obviously well known. Like Lips of an Angel is a classic. So we were expecting a lot more people to be there. But the whole time he barely sang, first of all. And the guy, I think his name is like Axel, the lead singer of AC/DC.
Okay.
His voice is so distinct.
Yeah.
And like now he's like old and he's still touring. And his voice is shot because of the fact, like, if you ever look up videos of like current videos of AC/DC going on tour, he's like, you know where you are? Like, it's just like, it's no, literally. You're in the jungle, baby. Like his vocal cords.
Oh my gosh, like he seriously has damage because
shot
my god,
of like screaming for 20 plus years.
Ugh, I always think that when I see those like emo, like hardcore, I'm like,
Yes.
does that not hurt? Like, is your voice like throbbing? Okay, sorry, all right.
No, you're totally fine. I mean, I have a counter comment to that, so remind me before, because I'm gonna forget. But
Okay.
So he was on stage, and and of course he sang every song that nobody knew, and then the last possible song was "Lips of an Angel." He was like, "I know why you're all here," and we're like, "Yeah,
Was he like singing new music?
yes." They had like a couple new records, and he's like, everybody go on Apple Music, go on Spotify, go on Amazon, and make sure to give us a listen if you don't mind, Virginia. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, this with me, it's been a long time since we put out a new record. And it was just like, and and then he would be on stage and he would be singing, and then he would sing like 2 words and then go, everybody.
I feel like when you had like a definable peak in your music and you ever go anywhere else to like tour, you have to take that into consideration and like sprinkle your peaks throughout your new stuff to like keep people. Yeah.
Yes, because like again, I mean, honestly, it was funny because I wanted to listen to All American Nightmare. Love that song. All American Nightmare and Lips of an Angel. Those are the 2 songs that I wanted to listen to. So they're pulling out a bunch of songs from like random songs from a couple of albums, whatever. They sang 2 new songs, and then he's like, "All right, we're gonna throw it back to 2005," and that's when everyone starts rushing up, and they're
Thank
like,
God.
"Thank God, man." It's about time. So, he starts like, I understand why they waited until the very end, because as soon as it's not funny, as soon as they sang Lips of an Angel, everyone, bye. And they were done. They weren't done. They weren't done.
Oh,
I mean, including me and Alex. Alex and I were like, they sang Lips of an Angel. Okay, this was so much
maybe like
fun.
one more.
Thank you so much. So we turned around and left. But like, it was just, but the song, like that deep, like raspy, like grunge.
Yes.
He sounded like Kermit the Frog.
What?
Like, and I took a video and people were responding to my story being like, is this like a cover band, or is this actually?
I have to go listen to it right now.
Yeah, go listen to my Instagram story. It should still be up. I'm about to say, if not, then oh, it's not up anymore.
Not.
That's okay.
Send.
Oh, actually, I have it because I tagged them on my Instagram. I tagged Hinder on my Instagram, and they reposted me on their story. I was like, oh, because then I felt bad because my caption was "Divorced Dad Rockin' Person." Like,
okay, at least it wasn't like he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Facts. All right, I'm gonna see if it'll be worth. I know it's kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, it's not as deep.
It's like the octaves are like 3 or 4 octaves higher, and like I understand you're not at that age anymore.
Yeah,
I get it, but I'm like, there comes a time to hang up the boots.
Hang up the boots.
Is that the term that I'm looking for?
No, I know, but it's just
what I mean. Like, it's time to throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel.
That's what I meant to say. Hang up the boots. Throw in the towel.
Too. I mean,
whatever. But yeah, so it was very like we left. Oh, and then my mom wanted a freaking elephant ear, And then
Ooh, what is that?
it's literally just like a giant fried pancake. Like that's basically what it
Ooh,
is.
okay,
But
okay.
but it's like it looks like an elephant ear because it's just like it's like that big and it's like tossed in powdered sugar. But my
Mm.
mom wanted an elephant ear and she wanted the Bavarian cream, but she's like, ask them to put it on the side. I was like, Mom, they don't have little ramekins, babe.
They don't
I'm
do
like,
substitutions.
they don't do it on the side. And she's like, well, can you ask? I'm like, fine. I have a whole freaking line behind me. I go and I have to like, I asked him, I said, if you can, if you can't, then don't worry about it. I'm like, my mom really wants an elephant ear, and I told her I'd bring her one. Is there any way that you can put the Bavarian cream on the side? And he said, you know what? He was like, I'll help her out. I said, you're an angel. Thank you. He put a big scoop of Bavarian cream in some wax paper, wrapped it up in a ball, put it in a bag, and said, there you go.
Oh my
I said, I'll take
gosh.
it. That's fine. Because
He
she
had to
just
get
wants
crafty.
he had to get crafty, but he was like, I got you. I'm like, I appreciate you even with this big A line behind me. But so I left $100 broker and dissatisfied.
Dude, the fair is not a family fun function. Like, you have to be in the middle to upper class at least. Like, maybe not even
Facts.
middle. Like, I remember when we went, when I was there last year, a woman commented on my TikTok afterwards and was like, because I'm sure I mentioned about how something was so expensive. And she was like, yeah, for me and my two kids to go to the fair, like, it ends up being like 250 or 230,
Which is
just by the
insane.
like tickets, parking, any gifts they
Yeah.
want, games, plus drinks and like food and all that. It's just not affordable.
And the tickets, like the ride tickets, you have to drop a small fortune.
They have like a minimum. You
And
can't
now they have like a card that you can swipe or something like that.
never
I'm like,
forget when we went and we got
I
got
was literally talking about that
tickets.
yesterday.
We
Oh
literally
my
got
God.
tickets specifically to go on this ride because we're both Weenie Hut Junior, and we were like, this at least will give us a little bit of the thrill, but we won't want to like crap our pants. And we severely underestimated this ride, and it quickly went from like hee ha ha to like I'm scared and terrified, and we're both not speaking, and we're literally just trying to make it through the next 5 seconds.
No, but literally because when we watched it go, okay, just so for the people listening, just so you can get a visual. It's the ride that is almost like the boat that goes back and forth, except it's not. It almost looks like a claw machine. Like at the arcade or whatever, you put the claw down to get the stuffed animal that's rotating while it's spinning back and forth, right?
like a
So-
pendulum.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Also,
So then when Sophia and I watched it happen, apparently we watched it when it was about to be over, not when it was at its worst. Because we got the tickets and remember we were like, "Oh, that's not too bad," like looking at the
Yeah.
ride. So then we got the tickets and then we went and then we were on it and then it went from like, "Oh, here we go." And then it went and
Like-
then pushed all the way, and at this point we're like upside down, and I'm like, I think you and I were like holding hands, just like eyes closed the entire time. And then I've talked about this before. I do not do puke. I don't do vomit. I don't do anything like that. Do you remember the woman that was like, I'm gonna throw up? Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, if this lady pukes and it somehow ricochets, gets a gust of breeze and gets on me, I'm gonna sue her for everything she's worth.
Dude,
like, I'm so serious.
When we were like damn near upside down, I'm like, this isn't fun anymore.
No.
I'm actually terrified right now.
Right, because like it would be a completely different story if it was like Busch Gardens, King's Dominion. Like I love those kinds of rides. I think like the more flips, the more like roller coaster, like scary, I'm down. But
Oh.
because like that's just me. But that's because they go through safety regulations, they go through inspections, they
Right.
there's so many things that they have to go through at the amusement parks for them. Like it's rare for a ride to like to break mid whatever, right? But at
Yeah.
the fair, they chuck it up in a week.
They literally come
They
out of a
do
box.
one
Like,
trial run and then okay, good enough. Like some dude named Billy Bob, like looking at it, go look good to me, and then everybody's good to go. So it's
it's
so-
just not, I don't feel as grounded. I feel
Yes.
like they got it. It came in a box with like a little paper sheet direction, and it's like whoever and their mother can just like piece it together and kind of like
Yeah.
hope for the best. I've just also seen one too many videos of the thing starting to like get unhooked from the
Same.
ground, and you're
Yep.
like, yeah, and then all the passerbys are like, hold it down.
Uh-huh.
I'm okay. I'm really okay.
Hold it down. No, but that's literally like as soon as that ride was over, I was like wanting to scream.
It was so terrible.
Do you remember? Did you ever watch The Pacifier with Vin Diesel?
So many times.
Do you remember that scene of like the younger sister getting out of the van and going, "Land!" when her sister was driving? That's how I felt when we got off that ride. A very land!
It was
Like,
just like, it could have been so fun.
yes, but it was actually
Not.
not. Like we should have just done the swings. That
Dude.
go like we should have just done the swings.
Did we?
No, I don't
We
think
never
we
did.
did.
I think we were like one and done.
I think we were too traumatized. We were like, okay, we're gonna go get a boba drink, and then we're gonna go and do so and just make a TikTok and then go home. Like,
Oh, the TikTok that we made at the fair though is so iconic. It's to a Euphoria sound, and I've like, do you ever just like watch your own videos? Like
All
you
the
just
time.
get yeah. I don't
All
know
the time.
how, but I have been stuck watching my videos a couple times and thinking like, oh, this is so good because we had all the lights in the background. If you've ever watched Euphoria, stand up. I love that show. But yeah, that was a goodie. That was worth it.
I know.
Even for the trauma.
But like we dropped some bands, but like it wasn't
Dude.
as bad as it was this year.
I thought it was terrible. So like truly I can't imagine it worse. But like with the way our economy is, I'm like, okay, checks out. Like,
right. I'm sitting there and I'm like, I was like, I don't want to come back next year if it's going to be like this. Like, that's how bad it was. I'm like, I don't want to come back.
oh, I saw a recent video of some girl who went to the Virginia State Fair, like showing everything she ate, and she bought like 8 to 10 things. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so we're balling out. Like,
Right.
so that's like at least $200, maybe like
So
150.
you just got your paycheck, huh? Like, genuinely, because I wanted, like, I considered like getting some French fries or like maybe a pretzel or something. Like, this year they had have you ever seen that rolled ice cream?
Yeah.
They had a rolled ice cream stand, but it was like $12
I
for
feel
a
like
tiny.
I feel like it's a scam. You didn't miss out.
Right, but it's like, I don't know. I just thought it was cool, and I haven't had it in years, and I was like, I'm willing.
I'm willing. I'm willing.
I'm willing. I wanted something sweet.
No, true.
I'm
Yeah.
like, daggone. It was awful. So, yeah, high-key disappointed.
When you mentioned like everyone walking away, like leaving when Hinder played his like main song, and then afterwards they're like, okay, I'm gonna dip out.
Yeah.
Like awkward moments for people. That made me think of when I was coming back from the airport last night. I do like off-site parking, so I arrive at the Atlanta airport, go down, a shuttle bus picks me up and takes me to a huge parking lot.
Yes.
Like 5 seconds away. It's just cheaper than an Uber there and back, and so it's like
Yeah.
my favorite thing to do. So the shuttle bus driver we had was this really nice, like older guy, maybe 60s. I don't, yeah, definitely 60s. And he parked like a few spots down from where like their designated pickup zone was, and he jumped out of the van and he came over and like made it a point to come and get our bags, like the 3 people and I who were standing, and bring them over to the bus. Like he didn't just
Cute.
open the door and say get on. Okay, so immediately I'm like, I love him to death. Then he puts my thing on the bus, like we all start driving, and he's like, how are y'all doing like this evening? And like crickets, like no one answers. I'm just like, good. Okay, then he's like, we're gonna be decorating for Halloween at our trailer park. They're doing like a Halloween door decorating or like mobile home decorating thing, if anyone wants to help, or like if anyone wants to join this weekend. Like, and no one said a word. No, and so I eventually was just like, oh, fun. It was, and then he said something else like, what are y'all planning to like dress up as for Halloween? You know, like just asking questions. Me, again, the only person on the bus. I was like, I'm not really sure yet. Okay, it is a little bit awkward because like he's all the way up there and we're all the way back at the back of the bus. but no one answered.
Oh, that's mortifying.
There were like 8 to 9 people on the bus.
Oh, no. That makes me so sad.
Does it, like, what is happening? Like, I was so... Initially, I was like, why are you doing this? Like, obviously, he's a very social person, but I'm like, please don't put yourself in this situation because you don't know if everyone's nice. But he has a good heart. Like, you can tell he just wanted to chit-chat. Yeah. And I was the only one, dude.
Oh, my gosh.
I felt so sad.
That's awful.
I know. Oh, and then I was like, okay, maybe he's not overthinking as much as I am. Like, obviously, he does this all day, and he does little shuttle buses, and, like, this can't be the first time that he's been ignored, you know, like trying to not let myself have an actual mental bee and cry myself to think about it.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, I had to tip him too. Like, I had to get my cash out. Yes.
This poor man. I would have been like, take my entire wallet. Like, I'm sorry that people suck.
I know.
And
just
didn't want to strike up a conversation for the 5 milliseconds you're in this freaking van.
How hard is it just to respond?
He's by himself trucking people around all day, every day, and he just wants to strike up a conversation.
No, you have tears in your eyes.
I know you do for him.
It is so sad. And a couple of them were wearing headphones, but a couple of them were not. And so they were straight up just ignoring this man.
This poor guy.
I know, right?
He probably doesn't give two.
Doesn't.
Singular. And never did. Like, he probably does not care.
We're going to shed a tear. Like, I'm going to remember this moment and then speak about it on my podcast. I bet he never thought.
It's going to keep me up at night. Just know that these two lovely ladies, like,
we love you.
We love you.
We're always gonna chat with you. But yeah, if someone is trying to make conversation, like, say something. This relates back to what we talked about on our last episode about like, is it too hard to say hi to someone?
Right. Like, is it too much to ask to say hello? Working in
if you're in like
service.
Customer,
he would never. I don't know what his name is, but he would never.
I literally don't know his name either, but he was so sweet. So shout out to him, and let's just like, I had to condemn all those people.
Honestly, that's so rude.
I have an update for our Secret Lives of Mormon Wives fans.
Okay,
there is a season 2 coming, confirmed.
Love that.
And I don't think Whitney's on it, because she hasn't been in any of like the mom's like promo TikToks that they do. So
who is Whitney? Is she the main one?
She was one who put the pregnancy test in her cake. She was the one.
Is she the one who danced in front of her
the baby?
Her. Okay.
She's like kind of the most hated of the show. So
love that.
It seems like she won't be on it because she hasn't been in the promos. But yeah, just like a little tidbit there.
I honestly forgot about the pregnancy test and the cake, and my stomach just did a somersault. So
nasty,
disgusting.
So
not okay. No cap on it or anything. Even then, like. Anyway.
There's just like better options.
There's better ways. There's better things to do than do that. But what do we know? Nothing, apparently.
I guess I just am like, I wouldn't want to eat the cake. Like, I don't care if it's been cooked hot, it's been in the oven. Like, I would not be able to enjoy a cake knowing a peed on pregnancy test had even been in it for a second.
Like, yeah, could not be me. Oof.
I saw this chocolate bar on TikTok like a couple months ago, and yes.
Oh my god.
Do you want to try it too?
I do. So
guys,
bad.
It popped up for like the first time in a while tonight, and now I'm like, would it be hard to make it?
Feeding for it. I almost, at one point, I had all the ingredients in my cart on Amazon.
Did you really?
But then it would have been like $50 at the time because it was like peak popularity.
I did like a little research because I wanted to see what exactly it was made of, and just to help you guys, if you're listening, like give you a descriptor. It is a chocolate bar that has like a filling all inside of it, and the filling is fried shredded phyllo dough, like pastry dough. Okay, so it looks like little like shredded pieces of hay almost, but it's like crunchy. Okay, and then it is mixed with a pistachio butter, so it's green and crunchy pistachio butter deliciousness stuffed inside of a chocolate bar.
And tahini too.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Which I don't really know what tahini tastes like.
I don't know either, but
I always feel like hummusy, but like I don't know. I bet that makes it maybe like creamier, question
Like
mark? I
less
don't know.
sweet, maybe. Like it kind of cuts
Yeah.
out some of the sweetness with the pistachio and the chocolate.
I'm just like, it sounds so genius. It
It
sounds
does.
so good.
People sell it on Etsy. It's on
Do they?
TikTok Shop,
Oh,
but like it's
let me know
it's
it.
it's expensive.
How much?
It's like the like the decent looking chocolate bars on Etsy are like 20 some dollars. I'm like, am
For
I really gonna spend
one.
20 effing dollars on a freaking candy bar?
I
Because what if I
know.
try it
Plus
and I hate it?
shipping. Okay, that
Plus
too.
shipping.
There's got to be like a local, like, why is For the Love of Chocolate not selling? Surely they can make
Apparently,
one.
you were just in Alexandria. They have a okay. They have a chocolate shop with that. Am I having a stroke?
But I know what you're saying.
They sell the chocolate bar in a little chocolate candy store in
What are they
Alexandria.
selling?
What? What are they selling?
I can't believe it. Dang it, it was so
Yeah,
close, but
you
so
were.
far.
Yeah, they had it at like other. I see it on my For You page all the time. I get a lot of like
Ah,
local Virginia stuff.
dang
So,
it.
but yeah, I was very much considering ordering one online, but then I said no because what if I don't? What if it's like made differently? Like, what if the measurements are off? Like, what if I don't like it?
Mm-hmm.
I considered like, because I went on like the official like where it all started, like the website in Dubai. And I was like, maybe they'll do US shipping. They do not do US shipping. So I said, never mind.
Mm.
Daggone it.
I did buy candy off of Etsy one time, and it was freeze-dried candy.
Ooh, okay.
This was when I lived in Richmond, so it had to be at least 3 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
I was depressed. I was like spending Easter alone.
Oh,
And so I was like, let me spoil myself. And I did drop about $60 on freeze dried candy on Etsy.
I love that.
Sure did.
Hey,
Now
that's
they
okay.
sell it in gas stations. I see it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like companies make it now. Like
Yep.
before it was like small business-fied, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
like they have like sealed packaging in the gas station
Yep.
by brand.
And you're like, okay, I feel a
I know.
little
I'm
bit
like, dang it, it's not
bamboozled.
fun anymore.
Right? It's not fun anymore. Kind of like the freaking Dubai chocolate bar. It's like now everybody and their mother's trying to get like
Me.
they're selling it on TikTok Shop.
I know that's a little crazy
That's
because like,
crazy.
is it by a small business on TikTok Shop or is it by like?
Honestly, I did not click on it because every time I have made the mistake of clicking on a product from a TikTok Shop video, every other video on my For You page is the same. The Dubai chocolate bar, scroll. So I bought the Dubai chocolate bar, scroll. Oh my god, I found the Dubai chocolate, like every time. And I made the mistake with the Diet Coke sweatshirt. There was like a Diet Coke sweatshirt with like a
Oh,
bow on it or something, and I
yeah.
almost bought it. And I was like, "Oh, that's so cute! I'm gonna buy it." But it was like $40. So I was like, "Yeah, never mind." But then
Ooh.
now every other video is like, "My Diet Coke girly said love bows." I'm like,
It is hard because you have to like when I see a video, I'm like, do I care about it this much to now endure seeing it so forever, like basically for the
yes,
next however many weeks.
yes.
I've not clicked on a lot of things because of that. I'm like, I don't even want to be plagued with this.
I don't blame you. I've stopped. I do not interested to
Yeah.
every TikTok Shop video, and I'm not sorry about it. Sue me.
I agree. I mean, unless it's like someone I follow, but if it's like a
Right.
blatant ad, I'm like irrelevant to me.
Irrelevant, literally. Unless it's like every paid partnership that I see, I like it
Oh yeah.
just to help my fellow creators out. But
Mm-hmm.
like, that was a big argument in because when I made the video calling out Lemonade,
Okay.
a lot of people in my comments, like one of the top liked comments was every paid partnership video I scroll past.
Oh.
And
Okay.
people were
Thank
like
you.
and people were other content creators were like in the comment section being like, hey, that's how I make my living, like, we try to make it like one girl was like, I've never gotten a script before, like this is how I make my living, like blah blah blah. And people were like, I don't care, I didn't come on TikTok to get something sold to me, like I just want to come on here and laugh. And like another person goes, yeah, any creator that makes a paid partnership, I block them immediately. I'm like, that's
Okay.
a little much. I'm like, that's a little much. Like yes, we all like Are ads sometimes frustrating? Yeah, sometimes they're annoying, but at the same time, it's like if you watch a fellow creator of yours, or if you watch somebody that you follow that you like a lot, and then they post an ad, like you should be like, oh, like they're getting their bag, like that's awesome, good for them, instead of being like, oh, now I gotta block them.
It's just unnecessary anger. Like,
Yes.
you shouldn't be angry that they're actually succeeding in their like field.
Right, in
Is
their desired
essentially what it
field.
is. Yeah.
Right.
Because that's a win. Like if you were making content, like it takes hours to like film and edit and all that stuff and like dedicate your time to like trying to make it something, and then you do finally get a brand deal and people are like lame. It's like
It's like, why? It's like
it's the same thing when we talked about people purposefully not buying from people's Amazon wish lists.
exactly.
And like rerouting, like intentionally saying, okay, she's trying to sell me this item. I'm not going to use her storefront. I'm going to go to my, like, it's like 2% commission.
Right. It's like, and plus it doesn't, it doesn't cost anything.
Free.
It's not like hey, you have to pay like 50 extra cents, or you have to pay, you can't have Prime. It's like, literally, it's just to make your life easier. It's to make your life easier.
It's like unnecessary hate.
Exactly.
Don't.
For literally, and for what? Like, I bought a sweater off of somebody's Amazon storefront recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I
All
went
the
on my
time.
For You page and it popped up. I said, oh, that sweater is gorgeous. I went in her comment section. Somebody said, where's the sweater? She goes, in my Amazon storefront. I said, oh, click, done. There you go,
Thank
queen.
you.
There's your 2%.
Seriously. That's just weird. I just don't. That behavior is like.
It
and that comment,
is.
it's like, okay, and like.
Right. I mean, and other creators were like, hey, like, cut us some slack. Like, this is how we make our living. Like, we don't all just post ads. Like, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
But there really isn't a lot of knowledge for smaller content creators out there, just like in general, about the world of brand deals.
Wait, can you give us a quick update on your Lemonade situation?
I have not gotten paid yet.
But you heard from them.
I did hear from them, yes. So I got added into a group chat with myself, with the owner, CEO, I guess, of my former management, the team lead of my team, and the marketing agency that was kind of like, facilitating the whole brand deal. So we were all in a group chat. And this person from this marketing agency was hell bent on getting my email and my phone number. They kept asking, what's her email? What's Brittany's email? What's Brittany's email? And the other two people from my former management, they were like, hey, she's in this group chat. She's fully aware. We're going to keep this in the group. All communication is going to be kept in the group chat. Like, don't worry about it. All communication is going to be here from now on. So finally, I got an email from Lemonade one morning, basically being like, hey, there was a big miscommunication between like the expectations and things like that. And they were like, we're going to make sure that you're paid in full with what was contractually, from based on the contract. So I said, you know what? At this point, I just want this to be over. I want to move past it. I'm like, I'm not going to fight for additional compensation. I said, this is fine. A win is a win. Money is money. I'll take it.
Yeah, win is a win.
So I get a screenshot from the marketing agency basically being like, hey, here's the invoice. Like, here's a screenshot of what's coming to you. And then from there, it's going to come to me. So then Monday, I get a text from the team lead at the management company. And she was like, hey, she was like, I just wanted to let you know that I've gotten with our accounting department and we're prioritizing this. This is going to be at the top of our list of priorities to get that money to you. And she was just basically like, I wish you best of luck. And, because at this point we had separated. She's like, I wish you best of luck. And if you ever, want any more management opportunities, like, let us know. We'd be more than happy to bring you back on. And she was like, you've been an absolute, like, she's like, you've been a dream to work with. Like, everyone's so sad you're leaving. I'm like, now you show emotion.
Yeah. And also it's like, really? Because like
Right.
It didn't really seem like they gave a flying fadoodle about me for real. Like,
right. I'm like, now you're okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. So I just said, and she was just like, so you should be seeing the money soon, like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, it's Thursday. Uh, I haven't, like, I keep checking my bank account to see if anything hits, and I haven't gotten anything yet. So, and I know you texted me earlier saying that it might take a few days to process,
Yeah.
but it normally hasn't taken this long in other times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, in other brand deals that I've done, they're like, "Hey, the money should be to you soon," and it's there like that same day.
Oh.
So now I'm a little nervous. I'm a little apprehensive. Like I haven't deleted the Discord app. Like I haven't, and I still get notifications like from, just like the whole thing. I haven't been kicked out. So like I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it just in case I
Yeah.
need it. But now I'm like, haven't seen it yet. So who actually knows?
The only thing I can think of is like my management. I typically it takes like they'll say in the contract like net 30 days from posting like payment will be complete or whatever. So
Right.
I'm like maybe they're still abiding by whatever it said in your contract like within 30 or 60 days you'll get your payment, but also in this situation there is like some urgency, like you've been done wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's get her so you can like update people and say look they did
Yes.
pay me.
So I can get my check and I can freaking move on.
Yeah.
But I got a message from this random girl, and she was like, "Hey," she was like, "I really want to ask." She was like, I have nobody else to turn to. Like, I just really have a question." She's like, "Because I'm not sure." She's like, "I'm a new." She's like, "I want to be an influencer. I want to be a content creator." She has like less than 10,000 followers. I think she has like 6K at this point. So she's up and coming. So she was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I did a brand deal, and now they're asking me to fill out like a government, like an IRS government form." She was like, "Do I have to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, you do."
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "You do, because technically you're a self-employed." I was like, "You're gonna fill out a W-9, and then they're gonna send you a 1099-C form when it comes
Yeah, like
tax season.
you're gonna pay taxes,
So
babe.
you have to pay taxes on top of whatever you've made."
Yeah.
She knows, she's read the message and never responded to me. So I'm
She's
like,
like, that's not really what I wanted to hear.
yeah, she was like, I was hoping you were going to tell me it's fake. So yeah, for those of you who are listening, and you don't realize that, like, so it always like makes me not necessarily cringe, but like it makes me like, oh, I hate that for you. When I see people online being like, I've made $10,000 on TikTok Shop, I've made X amount of money on TikTok Shop, and I'm sitting there sweating, being like, I hope you're putting that in some sort of savings account.
At least half.
At least half, babe, because
Just to be safe.
you're gonna get a rude awakening come tax season.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I've seen those videos too. I've made 300K on TikTok in the past 3 months.
Yeah.
Anxiety.
So if they're not lying, then I'm like, you're gonna have the rudest awakening ever if you're blowing all that money.
Yeah, that's
Heads
not
up.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad was like my dad's a big numbers guy. So ever since I started as like a what is it? A 1099 employee is what you are. You're like a contracted employee.
Yeah.
He's always been like, Sophia, but you're putting half away, right? You're putting half away. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. But truly, the first time I paid taxes, I was so happy that I did exactly what he said because plenty of people would blow the money because when you're doing content creation, you get paid a lump sum. Like this is not hourly work. They say like we're going to pay you 5K for a video. If you have management, you get deposited like 4,600 in your account or like however much 20% is, I don't know.
Right.
Straight to your account. So if you blow that in a couple of weeks, you got a problem.
Yeah.
You got a real problem come
got
tax
a real-
season.
yeah.
You will be paying taxes on that and they will be knocking
Yeah.
at your door asking for money.
And you will crap on yourself.
Literally, you will cry in the tax office like Brittany, and I don't think I cried in the office, but I definitely cried after when I got an
I
email
cried
from
on
them.
this. I cried on a stranger's shoulder. Yes, I did. She was very kind. But yeah, she was very kind, and I actively cried in this lady's office when she told me how much. Thankfully, I had the money, but because again, I was putting a lot of it in my savings account, but then I had to deplete my savings account in order to pay. But it's fine anyway. Whew. So
Heavy.
trauma, but yeah. So yeah, just a heads up out there. If you ever do decide to do a brand deal, you are gonna have to fill out a W-9 for the good old government.
Yeah,
So,
TikTok will like send you the link and everything. It's not like difficult to do, but it's not fake. No.
not at all.
I had an app a couple of years ago, and this you talked about your savings. This like really helped me save money, but also this is them taking advantage of people because I don't have the app anymore. Because what it did was you could set an amount of how much it would take from your bank account every day, like $3 or $5. You do a minimal amount because you're getting that out every single day. It adds
Right.
up. It's nice, honestly, because I don't even think about it, but I'm saving money. So I had this app for like a year or two. I saved up like a few $100s. Like I think I got close to 1,000 over
Wow.
like
Okay.
yeah. And I loved it. I preached about it, whatever. Initially their membership was like $5 a week or something, or like maybe like $10 a month. And then it hiked up to like $25 a month. And then it
Perfect.
was like we're going up to 30, and I'm like, okay,
At this point, like I'm not
what?
saving.
Yeah, like, and also why? Like, it's not
Right.
like I'm buying goods and services from you. Like, you're obviously just getting more people coming to your app, so like your popularity is rising, and now you're thinking like, oh, we can charge more.
That's insane.
It was so annoying, but I think that's such a great idea, like of a way to save. I've seen videos on TikTok, like if you put away X amount of money like per week or whatever, by the time you're 65 you will have $500,000.
Right.
Those things are really really helpful if you're like trying to start a savings and really, like
True.
feel
Like
more like financially cushioned.
a little, a little goes, like a little. I'm having a stroke. I meant to say, like, it may seem like a little, but it'll add up. I was saying a little goes a long way, but that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but it adds up, you're
But
right.
it adds up. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Get this. Speaking of monthly payments, I went onto my Netflix account and I was like, I'm gonna just, because I was sitting there talking to my roommate and I was like, I don't use Netflix. I don't. The only shows that I watch on Netflix is like Stranger Things when the new seasons come out, and then like Emily in Paris, maybe. The show's cringy, and that's it. Like that's pretty much it. Like I don't use, and Bridgerton. Like I don't use the app for pretty much anything else. Like I go and I scroll and I endlessly scroll and I'm like, this app sucks, and then I go to Hulu. Like
Yeah.
Hulu, and yeah, Hulu's the one that I use the most. Fine. So I went on Netflix and I was like, I wonder how much I'm paying. $25 a month.
What?
Because and honestly I forgot about this, so I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna look into it after we get off of here. But apparently they're charging me a fee for like a separate house fee. And I'm like, what dirty scoundrel is using my freaking Netflix? Who is using my Netflix? Because the only devices that I'm logged into, which I have multiple devices, and plus if you're out of devices, it tells you when you
Yeah.
run out of devices. The only things that I'm logged into are my computer, my TV upstairs, and my TV downstairs, all in the same house. So why is it charging me a separate house fee? And I didn't realize, I thought I was paying $10 a month. I'm paying $25 a month for a freaking streaming app that I don't even freaking use it. At this point, I might as well just get cable again, honestly.
$25 is insane.
Highway robbery. And plus Hulu is going up too in price. For ad free, because I do ad free, because I hate the ads.
Oh, I
It
know.
bothers me, like, because sometimes it's like, oh, like 10 seconds for the ads. I'm like, okay. And then other times it's like 95 seconds. I'm like,
And they play the same stuff over and over and over.
yes.
I feel like at least on TV there's some variety,
Yes.
but I'll start to memorize them.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's going to be this flash mob of people in the street dancing, but it's talking about a medication. The side effects include diarrhea, death, heart attack, stroke, hair loss, like all of it. And people are like dancing and
Emerge.
singing in the street.
Emerge triumphant.
Yeah.
But you might be bleeding from your ears, nose, mouth, and other bodily
Right. It
parts.
says, "Do not be alarmed if you experience a lot of nosebleeds. That's normal." It's like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, why is everybody laughing and dancing and singing in the street with each other when you are on the brink of death
It's
by
crazy
taking this medication?
when you really watch those ads. It's like, this is wild. Like, it's just normal because
Like,
I mean
whose
they're
idea was
trying to get you to not pay attention to what they're saying by like putting the happiest, most joyful moments just in your
Yes.
face.
Ugh.
But if you really listen,
Do you know what they need to? Do you know what commercial they need to bring back just for a little razzle dazzle?
huh?
It's the CD of love songs.
Yes, we talked about those before.
We need to have that commercial back on just every once in a while for a little razzle dazzle. That's it.
I frequently will see on my YouTube recommended. It's like a 1 hour recording of like Nick at Night, or like a 1 hour recording of Disney like during Christmas, like one of their Christmas like montage episodes, and it is literally straight up recorded from someone's like VCR type. Like, it's every commercial, it's every dude, they're so good, and the quality of course is bad, which makes it even better. Like,
Which
it's
makes it nostalgic.
mm-hmm.
Like, I was scrolling on my For You page today, and I saw where it was like POV. It's like Disney Channel in like 2008 or something like that. And it was like the commercials. It was like the ending. It was like Hannah Montana. It was the preview of like Hannah Montana Forever when she takes her wig off on a nighttime talk show. Like, and then it jumped to commercial, and it's just like the quality is awful. And like, it was perfect, and it was so nice, and I feel like I'm just living in a constant state of nostalgia. Like, that is my life.
I will send one to you. Like, they have that, but like 3 hours of it.
Oh, please do. I just feel like that would heal something in me.
I just like watch it to fall asleep a lot, or I'll do
Yeah.
SpongeBob, like 3 hours of SpongeBob,
Oh, yes.
which like
the OG SpongeBob. Now all of these shows, like, people are just like screaming at each other all the time. Like, the shows are so
Corny.
stupid now. They're corny and they're gross, and I just like, not that I would watch a Disney Channel show now, but you get it.
No.
Like a current one now.
yeah, I feel like the standard of comedy and like acting is just so much not what it was. I don't know. It's corny is the only word I can describe it as.
Is. And it's so just,
I
God,
totally resonate with like the constant state of nostalgia.
yeah. I just like want to go back. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're right. Like, go ahead.
I just want to go back in time, and like I saw a slideshow of like POV. It's like Christmas 2006, and it's just like coming off the school bus, like the old school buses, and you know, just like the mismatched like Christmas tree, and we talked about this in a couple episodes ago, but I just like. My gosh.
Literally just like a picture of a classroom like decorated for Christmas. Like, I can tell that was from 2007. Like,
Yes.
immediately. A picture of a house, just like a single level family home, like covered in snow. Like, I'm immediately taken back. I can taste it almost.
Yep. And now it's like, you know, times have changed, dude. Like, when I was a kid, and my mom, and like she would take us trick-or-treating or whatever, like in our neighborhood we would have kids into wee hours of the night ringing our doorbell asking for candy. Like, we had to turn all of the lights off to like tell people like, hey, we don't have any more candy, or hey, we've stopped taking candy, or like handing out candy for the night, like whatever. And now my mom is like, I maybe have like 2 or 3 groups of kids total, and they come at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's like,
it's just sad. And you know, a lot of it is because parents and kids don't feel safe anymore.
I know, which is so
It doesn't, and then it's like
sad.
they're putting razor blades in the Almond Joys. Like,
Great day.
they're putting LSD gummies in the Welch's fruit snacks. Like, it's always something. And I don't know if it's true, but I'm also like, the drama. Like, I don't really feel like they are putting razor blades in I don't even know how that
Right.
came about. Like maybe that happened once or twice, but I think it's sad that now everyone is like, oh my gosh, it could be. Like we all look at it as like this, and being out late, like trying to snatch your kids, like just creepy people. You can't trust anyone anymore.
Right. It's just
It's so many things.
it is so many. It's so much. Like I just feel like everybody's so paranoid. Granted, are there messed up people in the world? Yes. Are there messed up things that happen in the world? Absolutely 100%. But it's like what is I guess like what is the difference between then and now?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like what was like like the shift change
I know.
from like what is so different? I mean, yes, we have more technology, we have more resources, like whatever, but it's like what is the difference between then back then versus now? Is it the
Because
screens? Is it, I mean, that's my I
yeah.
guess it does that make me a boomer? I was like, is it the screens? Is it like social media? Is it the news? Like what is it?
Because it's not like we're now like living in a Wall-E age, like where we're like we're driving cars that are like floating and like living on
Right.
Mars. Like we haven't changed that much. Like I feel like the basics of society are still there, like running water, electricity, like all that stuff.
Right.
But you're right. I think the main thing has been social media and maybe just the exposure to really bad things. Like kids can like search on the internet and like get into like nasty like Reddit threads and stuff and like become obsessed with like bad things, and then maybe that leads them to like bad, I don't even, it's just I don't know, I feel like exposure.
But but also at the same time you have to think it's like the amount of parental controls that are
I
out there
know.
now. When we were kids, we didn't have parental controls. We were looking at Two Girls One Cup.
I
Like they don't like
know.
there were no people like 12-year-olds were getting on Kick talking to grown men. Like there were no, I mean not saying that any of that's good. I'm just saying that like when we grew up with internet that was completely free reign. There were no guidelines, there were no restrictions, there were no like TikTok. If you show an elbow, you could get your video taken down. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
there are so many restrictions now in their parental controls, and people are controlling their children's screen times, and like not saying that that's going to stop them from getting exposed, because like there might be one family that cares a lot more than another family, but at the same time it's like we come from a generation that had nothing like that.
Yeah, we were completely naive. You're right.
We literally had everything at our fingertips, and unless your parents were over your shoulder, they had no way of knowing.
I feel like the only answer is there's just more like evil and darkness in the
Absolutely.
world. Like because yeah, my initial thought of maybe social media did it. You're right. We had way more freedom before, but I don't even think people thought to do those terrible things. Like,
True.
and
Right.
maybe it's the population has grown, like it's just more widespread, like just
Right.
like darkness. I don't
I know.
know.
I think, do you know what I predict is going to happen?
What?
I think there's going to be a major like generational shift.
Mm.
I feel like once, because, our parents had us. They're not millennials. They're, what's the next one? It's not Gen X, is it?
I have no clue.
But it's like the step above millennial.
Okay.
So like our parents' age, or maybe
Yeah.
like, or
Gen
maybe a
Z?
step
No,
above.
no, no, not Gen
I think
Z.
it's I think it's I think it's not Gen X, Gen Alpha or something like that. I can't remember.
Gen
Whatever.
Alpha is crazy. Why do y'all
No,
get to be
no,
Alpha?
no. Gen Alpha is like little kids right now, but like
Oh, what the? I have
yeah,
no
it's
clue.
like I it's like because there's the baby boomers and then there's another one and then it's millennials. I can't remember what it is, but
Okay.
so like I feel like because people at our parents' age had us, and they were all like they had no parental controls, no nothing, whatever. And then now that the millennials that had all of the access to the unfiltered internet, they know what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So because of the fact that they know what's out there, they're the ones that are doing all the parental controls. They're the ones that are paranoid, I don't want to go trick or treating. I don't want to be, it's like as soon as it gets dark outside, we're not going back outside, we're going inside, like that kind of thing. and like, just being like, I don't want to say overly sensitive, but just being more hyper aware and paranoid about things. But then I feel like there's going to be a generational shift because I feel like, I mean, I'm technically classified as a millennial because I'm like right at the cutoff, but it's like I feel like the 96 millennials and then beyond into Gen Z, I feel like everybody around my age is like, or around our age, is like in a constant state of nostalgia. So they want to go back to when they were a kid, to where they didn't have to worry about, oh, just like basically anything. So it's like they want, it's almost like they want that same experience for their kids. Like I know that I want my future kids to have the same experiences that I had in my childhood. Like I want the tree with the mixed match ornaments. Like I want them to go trick or treating. I want them to go to on a pumpkin haunted hayride. Like, whatever. Like I want my future kids to experience all that. So I think we're gonna see this big shift happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hope so. And I feel like that it goes along with the like playing outside till the street lights come on. Like I
Yep.
feel like a lot of kids don't grow up doing that because why? Parents are afraid to take their eyes off of their kids and leave them outside for extended periods of time,
Right.
with free
Yeah.
reign. Like my dad lived in a big like suburban like community like type thing in Kennesaw, and there's like a bunch like 8 different neighborhoods. Like it's just like a sprawling, and we would just ride around all day,
Yup.
up, down, around town, back up one park over here, the other park over there. Like, and did we have a cell phone? No.
Yeah.
Like, we were just vibes.
Out. Go.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that my mom did. Because like my mom's neighborhood, she had, it was two neighborhoods connected into one.
Mm-hmm.
So it was our neighborhood and then like the following neighborhood. My mom was like, you're allowed to go, if she's like, you're allowed to go to where you're familiar.
Yeah.
She's like, but as far as, because like there was our neighborhood and then there was like the main road and then there was another neighborhood across the street. She said, you're not allowed to go that far.
Yeah. Okay. Like a little
She
boundary.
goes, but you're allowed to go in the general, like you're allowed to go in our neighborhood and then you're allowed to go into the neighborhood that's next door. And she's like, the second that it starts getting dark, come home.
Yeah.
So then as soon as the sun started to set and I started to see the yellow sky, I would tell my friends, I gotta go home. I would ride my bike and I would walk in the house and I'd eat dinner and then I'd beg to go back outside. And that's how it was every single day until it got dark. And then the second that it got dark, all my mom had to do was open the door and say, Britt! And I would come in. And then I would be like, okay, guys, I gotta go. And then I go back inside.
Like amazing, amazing life.
Yes.
I saw a woman on TikTok one time mention this like constant state of nostalgia that we happen to be in, and she said that she believes it's because we have so much to look back on thanks to like social media and iPhones and cameras and like all the, she's like we can see how much we're missing or like how it looked back then. Like we have so many opportunities to look back on what we're
That's right.
sad about.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah, and we can see how much we have to be sad about so easily.
that's-
Like, oh, look at me when I was young. Oh, look at me when I was here. Oh, look at, like, you can reflect on it within like 5 minutes of just going on your phone. Whereas like our parents' generation, like they didn't really have that much access to picture memories and like video
Right.
memories and stuff. It was more difficult. Like you had to like go get film like developed and stuff and put
Right.
it like play it on the TV. You couldn't just like throw it up on your phone. But yeah, we can easily see how much we have to be nostalgic about. I mean, hell, we're on TikTok and there's like slideshows of pictures from like 2007, 2008.
That's true.
I'm like standing in my kitchen, like doing my dishes, like a tear to my eye
Like-
on a Tuesday evening. I'm like, oh, why can't it be like it was?
Honestly. Wow. How insightful.
I know. I heard it and I was like, that makes sense.
It
like,
makes a lot
it's
of
so easy
sense.
to look back.
Right.
So of course we're going to be extra sad about it,
Oh, that's so sad.
right?
Wow.
Well, in that case, I have seen the trend of people being like, decorate for Christmas like it's 2007. And I love
I'm
that.
so ready
I
for that
love it
trend
so
to come
much.
back.
Yes.
Because I'm so excited to make an arch for my living room.
Cute. And you guys have that like perfect arched entryway.
I have a spooky one right now.
Have you like put it on your TikTok yet? I haven't seen.
Yeah.
I need to go look.
Yeah, it's
Like,
up and it's really cute. I did it. I'm actually proud of myself. And I got all this stuff off at Dollar Tree.
ooh, okay.
So like total with all the supplies it was like $12.
They have like good decor. If you hit them early, sometimes
do.
I go in there and it's barren. Like
Yeah.
people dumb pick through it.
But
yeah,
they
no,
already have Christmas stuff out.
crazy.
Yup.
But I love it.
Me too.
Okay, one more thing before we go. A bit
Yeah.
of personal news. Lana Del Rey got married.
Oh my god. Oh my.
And I cried.
God. Is it
I
to that
cried.
like there was like a not necessarily a joke, but there was a thing going around of Lana Del Rey like marrying this like random dude. Is that true or is this like
He is definitely not famous and he's definitely not in Hollywood. He is kind of random, but
okay?
I will give you guys like a little bit of I'm a Lana stan. Like let me put some
Yes.
context. Like I love her to death. She's the only artist that I can truly say I'm a stan for. So of course I cried when I saw that she was married because wow, like she's happy and like she freaking deserves to be happy. Like her music type is very like dark, grunge, like hard love, like you're like in a submissive relationship and just like emotions and real stuff. And so to know that because she's like got to be 30 something. This is her first marriage. And this
Cute.
guy owns an airboat tour company in Louisiana. Like he's from the Bayou. He's Cajun. Okay.
That's what, like I saw this like I saw like and not the meme about it, but I've seen people talk about like the dude that's
It's a meme. Because
Okay.
he's like alligator. Like he like is like an alligator whisperer. And
Love
so
that for
like
him.
people are joking about like Lana's next music video and it's like a woman like dancing around the yard with alligators or like
That's
she's like wearing like
so
alligator
funny.
yeah, like because he just do you know those boats with the big fans on the back
Yep.
that like zoom through the bayou and the
Yes.
swamp
Oh,
and whatever?
I would love to do that.
Yes, he has his own company. He's definitely older than her, but he's just like a regular Joe schmo compared to her.
I love
and
that.
I did like a little research on the timeline because I was like, when exactly did they meet? Because their true relationship has only been public for about a month or two. Like in August 19th, they were seen holding hands at a festival. Before then, she'd only mentioned him back in 2019 where she went on his like airboat tour and she posted some pictures and in one of them she was like, hey, his name's like Jeffrey. She's like, Jeffrey, are you gonna let me captain next time? And then like that was really it. And then she hadn't spoke about him for 5 years and then they were seen together in public just a few times and then they got married.
Cute.
Which, if you know Lana, that's like so Lana coded. Like, this is her type of man, like a dirty man. Like, he works with his hands and like he has videos like petting little alligators on their snoots. Like, they come up to the boat like a little dog. Like, oh, he's here. And they just like slide up and he's like, yeah. So it's like very like living on the edge of danger, like a dangerous man. So it is so her. Yeah. So I just love it because I'm a stan. So I just had to share that. And if anyone was wondering, like, who is this guy? Also, he has a ex fiance. They were together for like 12 years. Okay, they were together for a long time and never got married. But she only had good things to say about him. She did come out and like talk to the press and was like, he deserves to be happy. He's a great guy. He's like a very protective guy. I know he's going to keep her safe and he's going to treat her right. And like, so best case scenario when the ex-wife comes or the ex-fiance comes forward and doesn't want to like
for her.
yeah. So I think she's like really found her person. I can't wait for the next album. Yeah, just had to share that.
Love that. She said some personal news. And here I am like, you've been holding out on me for over an hour. Freaking great day.
Yeah.
No, but that's really good for her. I love that. That's so cute.
I know. It is cute. And I just love that he's like an average guy.
Just like an average guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's like been in Louisiana a bunch now. She said there's people who have been like flying drones like into their windows and stuff. Like a family who lives in their neighborhood has been like flying drones into her windows and like paparazzi follow them everywhere, like in the middle of nowhere, Louisiana. I'm like, that's gotta be annoying.
I couldn't even imagine.
That's gotta be so annoying.
I can't even imagine. That's awful.
Yeah, I know.
I hate that.
But Yeah, that's really all I had to talk about. Those are the chocolate bar, Lana, something else.
Priorities.
I know.
Nostalgia.
Oh, nostalgia, dude.
Overpriced fair food.
Oh, will it ever get better?
I hope so.
It has to. Like there is going to be a point with our economy that like people are sick and dog tired. Like that's
Yes.
what I tell myself. Like it cannot be like this forever.
Let's hope.
One of these numbers.
Yeah,
Anyone
right.
is any wood around? Knock on wood.
Honestly.
Seriously. Okay. Well, do you
But
have
yeah,
anything else you want to add?
not really.
Okay, well, we love you guys so much. Thanks for listening to another episode.
And we'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.